crazy, crazy trading day. Man, I don't even know where to start here. I did expect a much larger drop. Now, I've got to say, if you were watching the order books as the if you're watching the order books as the the rejection rolled in right here. Oh my God, just insane. So we had 9 ETFs that were all rejected today. Was not expecting this. Clearly not expecting to have all of these. And I went through and I kind of highlighted. I read through the rebuttal that came from the SEC, and just like I said in my charts, kind of pointed this out on my charts. I said, hey, this right here, the manipulation is the word you need to look for, and how many times are they going to use it? I said, look and see how many times this is used, and that is what the biggest issue here is. And if you pull up the document, where is the damn document? Where did I put the damn document? Put it somewhere. Where did I put that thing? Sorry, we post a lot. Post a lot. We post a lot. Where did I? There it is. There it is right there. All right, so here's the actual document right here. So here is the actual document. And I kind of, if you get a chance and you can read through this, I wasn't really prepared for them to just kind of wipe out all these. I mean, they just kind of pro rata just wiped out all of those pending ETF cases just kind of all at once. I think they just went in there and said, you know what, just no. And that's what it is. And, a lot of this just comes down to this right here. You see this, and what is the among other things? Right, what is the among other things is what I would like to. So this is kind of the key. In particular, the requirements that a national security exchange rules be designated designed to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices. Among other things, the exchange has offered no record evidence to demonstrate that the markets are of significant size. The failure is critical because it explains below the exchange has failed to establish that the means to prevent fraud and manipulation. Once again, here's the word. Look at how many times fraud and manipulation is used over and over and over. And this was the key. This is what I told you guys yesterday. I said this is what you can expect from this. And this is the response if you're a crypto purist, then you're fine with this. You're fine with this market not being, not being a manipulated market. I mean, if you are, and if you are in this, and you don't want the big government and the big brother looking over your shoulder and controlling everything and calling the shots, then then you just have to accept that this is what crypto's about. Crypto's about a very small amount of people controlling the marketplace, and that's what has happened here. You just have a very small amount of people that control a very large amount of Bitcoin and whatever coins, and this is just the issue that you have to deal with being in this, and they went through here and just hammered everybody, right? Here it is again, hammered everybody, the same thing, manipulation, over and over and over, here it is. There is a reasonable likelihood that a person attempting to manipulate would also have to trade and would market to successfully, over and over, just it's kind of what we expected. I mean, honestly, I was like, seriously, if somebody approves this damn thing, there is like such that the take is the take is real, right? Because there's just everything in here over and over and over. of all these, they all just got denied because of manipulation, right? And that's the key thing. If you read into this, I know and one issue is true. It is true that the marketplace is so small, and so because the marketplace is technically so small, it is easy to manipulate the market. When a market is much larger, it's a lot harder to move the market. And that's kind of, that's one of the things. The market is a lot harder to move when it is a massive market. So that's this, if you read through the document, I mean, it kind of stands out that one of the concerns is A, the market's too small, B, that there's just too much manipulation that goes on in the marketplace. It's actually it's a pretty good, little read. I mean, there's a lot to it, there's a lot to it, but it's just, it's a pretty good read, just kind of going through what they're, looking through these rose-colored glasses at what the SEC is seeing. And honestly, what they're seeing is no different whatsoever than what pretty much all of us already knew. I mean, all they had to do was ask us. You didn't have to get a bunch of stiffs and really nice suits into a room in order to tell us that Bitcoin is manipulated, right? Now, let's kind of break into our charts really quick here. So I had pointed this out if you're in the members area. This was kind of one of the things I was looking at. See how it comes down and does this last little jumpy jump. And this is kind of what I was expecting, this little bump right here. Everybody in the chat, everybody in the group is already well aware of what the potential is here on this bounce. This does correlate really well with this ABCDE that I've got drawn out. I got a couple higher targets here. If this thing can pick up enough gusto and enough oomph to get a little bit of lift off here, you do have the possibility this could get up and over here. Now, your challenge is that you have a lot of resistance up here right above you at the 6,500 area. You have a little bit more up here, 6,600. But there's not a lot of, believe it or not, after like 6,550 range, 6,560, there's not a lot of resistance that's above this target area up here, right? There's just not. I mean, I expected this to come down. I said, hey, this wedge has got to hold, right? This wedge has got to hold. Because if this did fall out again, or it does fall out again right here, let's say we get up just a little bit, we peak back up, and this dumps out, what it's going to do is it's going to drag this, it's going to drag down this, you've got this 7MA and this 30MA, it's going to create a really mean looking death cross. And if we go over and we take a peek at our other charts, this is what we see. So I've added a second wedge here, right? So I've got the first wedge that it fell out. So you see you've got this, this rising wedge pattern. It falls out. This is historically. It then kind of climbs back up the side of the wedge, falls out again, right? And then, over here, I added this second wedge also. Now it did come down here and it snapped that second wedge just for a second, but it did poke up a rally. And you see that right now, we're using the 30MA as support, right? So we're pinched in here. So we've got another one of these pimple popping squeeze, this price squeeze, right? You've got this price squeeze that's going on. You've got the market forces really trying to push this down. Now, if you take this out, and I would rather, so let's go actually one more chart. So here's what we're down here looking at. We're looking for a bounce down here. Now this Stochh actually at one point came all the way down here and poked down here, right? And we were looking for something like this move. And if you bring this up here, you see this little move right here where it bounces off this bear line, right? And you kind of got a little bit of the zigzagging. This little zigzag motion is kind of what we have been expecting. Now, can it hold? Can it rally? Let me tell you what, when we were watching the order books, if you're over and you're watching the order books as this puppy came down, and I mean, no buying at all. There's just been no buying at all in here, right? The bad news comes out, and all of a sudden, the buying just starts, the buy volume goes through the roof, right? The buy volume goes right through the roof. I mean, you should have seen the orders. It was hilarious. It's like, okay, okay, everything gets rejected, and all of a sudden the buy orders kind of go through the roof. We're like, okay, that's not shady as F, you know? Like, at what point was that not exactly as shady as a hell, right? So, we're all just sitting here. We're kind of giggling about it. We're all like, yeah, okay, whatever. Uh, so basically the exchanges just held the line. And we've talked about this. They've got to defend the line. There's a lot of tether still out there. Now, in order to buy this back up, I'll tell you what, it's probably going to take to buy this puppy back up to get this back up to this zone right here will probably take about 50 million, maybe a little more, maybe 50 to 80, maybe $100 million to buy this all the way back up. Right now, one of the things we're looking at is we're always making sure we're keeping an eye on the shorts. You know what I'm saying? So let's go over here. Where is our shorts? Here's our shorts? So we're over here. We're keeping an eye on our shorts over here. And one of the things I just want to make sure we get in here, we dig in and point out to people that we really have to kind of keep an eye on this candle setup and really keep an eye on this flag. So we called this flag out the other day. You did get this flag pattern and then just break out of the flag. We're still up in the danger zone on the RSI, right? We're still up here in the danger zone on the RSI. Now, here is my thought, okay? Here's my thought right here. I don't feel that the markets right now have enough willpower, and I'm talking the actual, I'm talking actual, the actual markets themselves, the Tether guys and Binance and everybody else. I don't feel they have enough oomph to kick this up and out of this. I don't feel you just can't stomp out people when they're prepared for this, right? People were prepared for this, and we went over this yesterday, right? We showed you guys how the comparison was before it even fell out. I pointed out all this. I said, look, here was one, here's where we went up. I said this never fell back into this price action. It took a rocket and it never fell back into the price action. And you look over here and this took a little rocket boost and it made this wicked wick, right? Now, this wick to me is not necessarily, and it depends on what timeline you look at this wick right here, right? So depending on what timeline you look at this wick right here, right? And depending on what timeline you look at this particular wick right here, you are, you're kind of, this could be bearish and or bullish because when you pull this out, right? So I mean, you get it. This is, kind of rises up, right? Looks like, hey, okay, it's hanging on it's being pushed down by the 3-day. You started a brand new 3-day candle right here. So it's a brand new 3-day candle. You got the 7MA pushing it down. I mean, this kind of looks like, all right, it tried and it's about to get beat down just one more time, right? It's about to get the beat down one more time. And as you look historically, every time we've fallen down here, look, here you come down, comes up, gives it a tickle. You get a tickle on the 7MA. We did a little more than tickle. This is more like a prostate exam right here, a full one. Got another tickle right here, right? Poked the little finger in, and then it just continues to fall. So fall, poke, dump, fall, poke, dump, fall. Pretty substantial poke, right? That was a good poke right there. And this should, and this is like I've been saying, I mean, this thing just is screaming, fall out of the damn sky. Fall out of the sky, right? There's just nothing. Look at this candle right here. This candle to me says, fall out of the damn sky, right? That's exactly what that candle says to me. Just like this candle, no different than this candle. This candle should just, this price action just fall out of the sky one more time. You know, you go over to the daily. Now look at this. I called this in the members area. So if you're in the members area, you know, this said, hey, watch, boom, came through, bearish cross. Now, this right here in 24 hours, unless the price gets up to $6,900, will turn into a death cross. Not a bear cross, not a fluffy pony cross, not a unicorn cross, you know, not your girlfriend's mad at you because you showed up late cross at night, a little bit drunk. No, this is you came home with lipstick on your collar and you smell like cheap perfume and your hair's all messy, right? I mean, you're busted, you're in trouble, you're about to get the beat down. Okay, that's what's going to happen when this cross crosses right here, because this cross is not a very happy cross, right? This cross, when this cross happens, it's saying, okay, I'm not playing around, we're going down, right? And we've had lots of sideways action. We've had this crazy wick right here. Now, every time we see a wick that comes up like this, these green ones right here, these green ones scare me. These green wicks right here, these big inverted hammers right here, they scare me. They're like, I like the deer in the middle of the road. I freeze for just a moment. I'm like, what should I do? Right? I don't know quite what to do because these are super hard to play, right? So this wick, this is just a tougher candle to play. It's almost as if I wish this would have stayed up here and then poked over to the next candle and then had, you know, a tweezer top and then been able to play this dump. Now, we played this dump really perfect because we saw that it formed out to be a bearish harami, and then we played the bearish harami all the way down. We made a bunch of money, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, move on to the next trade, right? So now we're looking at the possibility. We just have one bearish cross right there. Okay, so we just had a single bearish cross. Now, the last time we had this 30 and 100 day crossover, it was right here, right? And then you see this just kind of gave a little, let's see if I have, no, not this chart. So this kind of gave a definite little kick in the pants right here, right? You definitely had a little bit of kick in the pants right here when this did cross, right? Now, here's the difference. You're about to get a super cross. So this is setting up as a super cross. So it's just boom, boom, right? You got the trifecta of doom. And here it is right here. Look right here. You see the super cross. The only difference is it's spread out, right? You get all these different crosses. 1, 2, 3 crosses, right? You got 3 separate crosses, and it's kind of like the trifecta of doom. This is the super cross scenario, and then it drops it out. Now we already got the first one. This is happening in a much smaller time frame, right? So this is happening a lot quicker. And look what happens when you get these death crosses in a much smaller time frame. You usually get a more sustained drop. You get a pretty ugly drop, you know, when it does happen in this smaller time frame. The price action just doesn't like it. So right now I'm looking at this supercross daily. I'm looking at the supercross setup on the daily, just wondering how is this going to impact. And remember, I do play the MAs as strength over on top of the candle setups. Even though this candle setup to me is confusing, right? I don't like this candle setup right here. I still think that there is a possibility that this does pull back up a little bit into the price. This can pull back up here into the price. Now you got a ton of resistance right above this at the 6,500 mark. It needs to really break and clear that to be able to charge up here. Now, in order to flip this all positive, first of all, you need something substantial right now to happen, right? And crickets, right? It's just crickets. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Nothing. There ain't nothing. All the hopeism of these ETFs getting passed, gone, right? Now, the next one just got, is September 30th. And I'll tell you what, reading the articles that we just got, my hopes for September 30th going through have literally just been cut in half. And I had 50-50. I was 50-50 hoping the CBOE had a chance to get this next ETF push through. And I'm telling you right now, I'm taking a step back and I'm cutting my 50 in half to 25. I'm saying there's a 25% chance that this happens, right? How can you grow the market? How can you grow the market right now between now and September? One of the biggest complaints I had besides manipulation was the size of the market, right? And how can you, yeah, an unlimited dither print is real. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you can go out there and you can make a bunch of fake money and you can buy a bunch of Bitcoin up, but there's no one buying it, right? The problem is you can print it all day and you can buy it all day, but if you're the only buyer, you're the only one stuck with the bags. If no one wants to play your game, you're just the one holding the bag at the end, and you're that one lone guy sitting there with his, oh man, I bought this BitConnect, $73. I swear it's going to come back one day. Right? You know that BitConnect one day is going to come back. Right? You're going to make a real rally with BitConnect. And I swear I'm going to chart BitConnect one day, okay? I will go and I will chart BitConnect. Not in this show. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at the hopeism by the bulls right now that they can get up here and break 69, right? Now the issue is coming all the way up here, even though you're going to get all the way up here, you're going to face a lot of resistance along the way. And then getting up here, you're going to have to face the resistance of all these MAs, right? Now, saying, okay, we can get up there and we can snap all these shorts. The problem is we just snapped the shorts. We used $100 million in free tether was printed by the exchanges. $100 million. They liquidated $100 million worth of shorts. Somebody right now is holding on to $100 million of Bitcoin, right? And they're in the ass end of this trade right now, right? You're in the ass end of this trade right now, right? That's it, right? They're in the ass. Somebody, whoever bought this up, and I'll tell you what, this was not organic. This was organic, right? This was organic. This pump right here happened and this was organic. People jumped onto the train and said, oh yeah, I believe this. People jumped onto the train, said, I kind of believe this, right? You can only cry wolf so many times and then eventually nobody believes your ass, right? Right? I mean, we've all been through this scenario, right? We've all been in this. You meet that person that, lip service. Right? And after a few times, you just don't believe them anymore. And every time, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to the moon. Oh, yeah. It's going to the moon tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to the moon. I mean, how many times, guys, have we seen charts where this thing is going to the freaking moon? Right? And all it does is keep getting weaker and weaker and weaker is because the money is being drained out. Now, there's the CME futures that's closing on the 31st, right? And people are like, oh, this is amazing. The CMEs are going to get filled. This has got to run up to 7,200, right? The CMEs are at 7,200. We've got to run up there to clean out these, to save these futures. No. Listen, look at it like this, okay? If you look at the futures, right? Think of it as a real big player. Think of it as if you were a real money-making machine and you could print whatever you wanted and manipulate this market however you wanted to, right? What you would do is you get all these whales to buy into these futures. And if it got close to missing it, you would just make sure you pumped it up and you filled the order. Every time. Every time the order needed to get filled, you helped it out a little bit. Yeah, so what you're doing is you're just pushing that money into these big whales' pockets, right? So you're spoon feeding these whales, right? And let me explain to you the philosophy of a drug dealer. The philosophy of a drug dealer, successful drug dealer, right? The philosophy of a successful drug dealer is to spoon feed you a little bit at a time till he gets you hooked. And then as soon as he gets you hooked, boom, he pulls the rug out from underneath you, and now you're paying for that shit and you're hooked for the rest of your life, right? He makes a customer and then he pulls the rug out from you. And that's what's been happening. These guys are geniuses. Geniuses. They've been feeding these futures and feeding them. And then they finally caught that whale. They caught that whale and they liquidated him for, oh my God, 400 and some million dollars. Liquidated that guy. 400 million bucks. Right? And you don't think they're going to do it again? There's no money left to take. Nobody's got any money left. How many of you right now out there could buy 5 Bitcoin? How many people right there? You know, we got 115 people watching. How many people could buy 5 Bitcoin right now? Non-leveraged. Non-leveraged. Zero leverage. How many of you could go out there and buy 5 real Bitcoin right now at market price, 6,378 and 37 cents? Right? 5 real Bitcoin. I bet the answer is 10% of you. Not even, I bet 10%. I bet 10% of you out there can go out and buy 5 real Bitcoin. I bet 1% or 2% can buy 10 real Bitcoin. Right? And that's why. That's why. Yes, exactly what the fiat is, right? At 8,100. That's right. There's no one left to buy, guys. There's nobody. We're the ones, and this is the thing. There's just, and we just showed it. There's no one left. Nobody wants to buy the Bitcoin. Nobody wants to buy the Bitcoin. And this is just gonna, we might get a little bounce, right? But it doesn't matter. There's nothing left. The amount of shorts, okay, and this is one thing. The amount of shorts is higher than the amount of longs. But what you're not looking at, right? What you're not looking at, oh, where's it at? Short. So here's the key thing that you're not looking at. When you look at this chart, and you see how high the shorts are. Right? The first thing you do is you see how high the shorts are. And do you know what the difference is between the shorts here and the shorts here and the shorts here are? Right? Let me tell you. The difference is that the shorts that happened over here were people just playing the market. These were people playing to make money buying the dip. All these people over here were buying the dip. Right? These guys right here made a ton of money on the dip. This is the February. This is when the bottom fell out, right? This is when everybody took profit. This was awesome, right? A lot of people in shorts back then made a bunch of money. They took all their shorts out. You can go back, look at the chart. It's exactly what it is, right? And then these people right here, right? We're the ones that got caught with their pants around their ankles and they all got their heads kicked in, and you really only need to look back a couple months and realize, all right, I've been kicked in the head one time. This is not going to happen again, right? But these people here, all these people here, the market cap, this is what you don't see right here. The market cap here was actually higher than the market cap is today. Right? There was more money in crypto. There's more hope in crypto. Right? Now, it looks like there's more shorts. But there's more shorts, but you don't realize you have more shorts with less money. You just have more shorts, but they're just smaller. That's the only difference. You have a lot more people shorting. This is what this is showing. A lot more people are shorting the market. They're just shorting it with smaller positions, right? And that's what the fact is. This chart is difficult to read because you just see these peaks. When you dig in and you understand the fundamentals of this chart, you understand that just more people have lost hope in this market. Right? More people have lost hope in this market. And what this arrow right here should say is this should just be like, I give up. Right? This should be the stairway to lost hopes and dreams. Right? Because that's what this is. This is just a stairway of lost hopes and dreams. These people have given up that Bitcoin is going to moon. They just don't believe it. They don't believe it anymore. And the issue is there's more of them There's more of you who are not buying this every day, who are not buying this BS, and you're in a short right now. But I'll tell you what, if you look right here, right? Oh, let me see. If you compare right here today, right? Right here today compared to right here in April, right? I will bet the majority of the people, hold on a second, I'm going to put this in print. Right? I bet the majority of the people that are in this chat room right now had way more money over here. Right? And I bet that all of you have less money over here. Right? Am I wrong? I mean, this is a fact. This is exactly what is happening. You have less money over here. Right? And this is it. And yes, I mean, I see it. Bitcoin's going up. We already knew it. We have it on our charts. We already know it. We already know it. Look, arrow's already there. We already know we're going up. Right? We already know that this wedge has got a hole. But you know what? This is only going to go up. It's not going to go up that high. Right? And when you come down to it, when you really want to look, the funniest thing I saw today, oh my God, I was dying. This is the funniest thing I saw today. You ready for this? This is the funniest thing I saw. Oh my God, where is this? Ah, God, I can't do it on that chart. Where's my other chart at? Where's my other chart? Where's my other clean chart? Damn it. Anyways, the funniest thing that I saw today was the meme that had the word moon written on it down here. They just had the word moon. That was it. That was it. It just said moon all the way down here. This is what we think a moon is now. Right? That's it. Running this little hiccup. When back in the day, this was nothing. Right? You look back. I mean, we were so focused on digging into this and staring at this chart. You know, with the microscopic vision, we don't back out and say, back in December, if it would have only ran up that much, you would have cried that day, right? You would have cried that day. Yeah, I mean, actually, oil's pretty good. I would have started trading oil when it was back at like $45 a barrel, and then I would have blasted it out at $75, man. Yeah, I actually looked at the oil market. So, my TA is pretty simple today. We're going to keep this pretty easy. We're going to keep this pretty simplified, right? Listen, we've dropped a long ways. We're waiting. We're looking for some kind of a pattern that would match this right here. Listen, we've had these arrows. They've been drawn out already. If you were in the group, you already knew this was coming, right? And this is why we're so on top of it, and then we also had, this is our other chart, you have these layers down here and, kind of looking for this bounce off here. Now, you got to be careful here, all right? Be careful in your longs. If you are playing along here, you need to have a trailing stop loss following you, okay? You need to have a trailing stop loss following you right here, because you need to be super careful, because you're going to hit that resistance point and you need to break that resistance point, right? You need to get up here, and this is what you have to break. You have to break this. Here's your first test. Actually, you've got 3 tests. So I'm going to scoot this one down right here. So you got 64.40. Then you've got 65.50. This whole range right here, 65.50. This is where you're really going to test your skills as a trader to catch these little tops right here. Right? And this is what, this is what's important, right? These are the things where, we've been looking for a bounce, Here's a little bit of a bounce. Now, let's look at our candle setups. Okay, let's breeze through our candle setups right here. Okay, let's go down to our 2-day. Look at our 2-day candle setup. Here's this green wick that I freaking hate. I freaking hate this wick. Right? Look, there it is. There it is. I hate this freaking wick. There's another one. I hate this wick. This wick just makes me batty. This wick is, I hate this stupid, stupid wick. Right? There's another one. Right there. Right? I hate this wick. Did I say I hate this wick yet? Because I hate this damn wick. It looks so bearish, but it's not. It's so bearish, but it's totally not a bearish wick. Right? Now, what this does look like to me is this is called a fakie. This is called an inside pin bar fakie. Right? And this is kind of what this looks to me like. This could be setting up as a pin bar fakie. Okay? And that's what you got to be careful. So what that is that says, "Hey, this looks like this is a reversal wick." That's the fakie part of it, and you think it's going to drop down, when in actuality, this fakie thing comes up and then tanks on you, right? So it's just a super hard candle to play. We already have this over in the members area. We talked about this, and boom. Let's go back over. Let's zip through our charts. Where are we at here? So here's kind of some of the charts, and where is it? Let's see where we'll kind of see. We'll go through what we've been posting in our members chats. All right. See, here it is. See, here you go. See how I said, hey, this is going to bounce back up right here, and sure enough, bounce back up. And then there's the ETF crap. ETF crap. Where are those wicks at? I called out all those damn wicks. Where are they at? Ah, there they are. Here they are. Remember, this wick can be bullish. These wicks are either 50-50, right? And you got to go back through, and you can see you got to compare these wicks, right? And this is one of the reasons why we were prepared for a bounce, is because, you know, we were prepared for these stupid wicks that I freaking hate. I hate this. Here's another really good thing we had today. If you had a chance, how much of the top 4 cryptos lost since the peak of the market? And a pretty good chart on how much everybody's lost since the peak. Now, you know, it is what it is, but these are some pretty dramatic numbers. You know, it's good to see some of them that have really been stable. If you look, this is actually really good. Look, Bitcoin 68%. Of all of these, look at how strong Bitcoin and ETC, right? Now ETC did get a little cheaty bump. They got the cheaty bump from Coinbase, but this is good to see how strong Bitcoin is in comparison to the rest of the marketplace. And I like to see stuff like this. I like to see a chart that shows kind of the strengths and the weaknesses of the different coins as you go down. You know, look at how, you know, Stellar's held pretty well. You know, comparatively, EOS has held well, which I do love to trade. I love to trade EOS because, you know, all the great action on it. Litecoin, you know, if you look, Litecoin's kind of in the middle of the road right there for losses. Some of the deeper stuff, you know, you can look at Tron, XRP, some of the deeper stuff. We do have some people who've just been absolutely beaten over the head like baby seals with, oh my God, see how much I post? I post way too much. Seriously, I post way too much. And this is kind of, you know, this is the action. I don't think I'm, you know, I'm not changing my charts. I don't think anything has changed here. I just don't. I don't think anything has changed. I still think we're going to go up. And I think this looks exactly like an ABCDE, right? We didn't get nothing helped. You know, you're just in this price squeeze with the 7 and the 30 on the 12-hour. You know, I still think this, you know, this is kind of my thunk. It comes up. If it can break through here, you got your next support level and then your last support level. And then anything above and beyond this is going to be Like this is where you really need to, this is where I'm looking to, get back in, and I'm hoping it makes it up here, because if it makes it up here, this clearly shows that this was an A, B, C, D, E pattern, with E as the failure wave, and then E would be falling out. And this would just reinforce the rest of my charts that are showing me that this is making an A, B, C, D, E pattern right here, right? This is making the E wave. So this is making the E wave, and this is all plays out, kind of like it's supposed to. And if you go over here, if you zoom in here real quick, real tight, right? So I said, look, so you're waiting for this Tekken to fold over like this. You see the Tekken fold over, right? The Tekken needs to fold over, which is not. It clearly didn't fold over. The other thing is, if you look here, you came down, you bounced. So we came down and we bounced off of our first lower Tekken line like we expected, and we called that perfect. It's 6250. Then it bounces up, and it comes down, it bounces again, right? So now we've come down and we have bounced a second time right here. So we've bounced a second time right here, but then look, it bounces off. So it's like a bouncing ball. Bounce, and then, so this was higher, lower, lower, and then just kind of lost its momentum and then just fell out, right? So this is the little pattern I'm looking to play out right here. This little last bounce thing right there. So you got this last bounce is kind of what I'm looking at to come up and over and then finally die on us. And look at, perfectly came up there, and this is just testing, we're just squeezed in. Now, this is going to squeeze together. Remember, your 7 MA is your weaker MA, so this can push up. So because the 7 MA is weaker, you can push up right there, right? Let's just rip through. We're going to just rip through a couple alts really quick. And then let's just try to get through some alts real quick, try to make this a really quick show. Okay, let's take a look at our ETH over here. ETH on the 4 hour just took a death cross. Look at this wick. Look at that beauty. I mean, nice reversal wick on the 4 hour for ETH, right? Beauty. Listen, you came up, you tanked down, and I did think this was going to get a little bit higher. I thought this could go up here, which it clearly didn't. I'll take the fail on that one. But it did come up in our target area, fell out. It is now on a red 8. So that being said, this red 8, this definitely looks like it's got a good reversal potential on it with this 4 hour candle. All right. Digging in right here. Let's kind of just move through. That's our 12 hour. Let's peek a look at our day. Daily candle. Engulfing. So we're engulfing, and I don't think that helps us at all, because, let me see here real quick. Nope. All right, so no, no, no. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure that this isn't. Nope. Nope, doesn't help me. So here's what I mean, the problem with this engulfing, with this bearish engulfing candle right here, is I think that the candle has to be all the way in on the inside, and this looks body to body here. Even though this candle is engulfing, that's a tough one right there. That's a really tough one for me. Let me see if I got another. Yeah, that's a tough one for me. Yeah, no. No, that doesn't help me. Even though this is kind of bearishly, it's kind of a bearish engulfing candle, that's a tough one right here on the day. I'm going to have to leave that to somebody who's a little bit better. Okay. Wow, great candle on the 2-day. Beautiful can look at that. That's a beautiful reversal candle on the 2-day. If I was looking at this, I would be looking and the 2-day still hasn't flipped over, man. This thing has just been sideways for 2, 4, 6, going on 7 days now. A lot of sideways action here. Wicked 2-day candle though, and I would know we got a brand new 3-day candle. Now we did start a 9. Let's take a peek at this 9. No help. I don't see this candle doesn't help me at all. There's no setup on this candle for me. If anything, I'd be more neutral on this candle with you got this rejection. You got 300 is just a lot of resistance up above you. You got a 289, 300, even 278. Got a lot of resistance at 278 right there. All right. So there's ETH. There's nothing, I can't help you on ETH. There's no easy setup. Let's take a look at it over at, take a look at Litecoin. Now Litecoin did have some hope. I was liking Litecoin. So we were looking over at Litecoin, and one of the things we saw is Litecoin had some really good reversal wick. Let's see what we have. So it's the 1 week. Let's bring up the 3-day. Okay, so the 3-day, look at this. You finished out a 9. Just not looking good right here. This kind of looks like a spinning top. So you kind of got a spinning top candle, which means it could be a potential reversal from that list. There's that wick I hate. There's that wick I hate right there. Remember, I hate that freaking wick. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see this. I want to see. So there's the 3-day. I think we have a new 2-day. See, there's this wick. See this big wick? I hate this damn wick. Boy, Bitcoin, Litecoin likes that wick. Litecoin loves that. See, there it is. Look at Litecoin just loves this tall sideways in the middle of this the action wick. Now it did fall up before. On the 2-day, you did start a brand new, so you're on a green 2. I mean, I'm 50-50. I don't like this wick. This wick can go both ways. Over here on the 4-hour, though, you're getting some pretty mean rejection on the 4-hour. Let's go down to the daily. Let's run down to the daily real quick. No help. If anything, this looks like a spinning top right there, which would be a setup for a possible reversal. Now, you did over here on the daily, you had this great tweezer bottom right there. I would have played the tweezer bottom for a nice scalp up, and then you're going down. Let's take a look at our calls. So here was kind of our calls right here. It did get up to our highest point of resistance. It did fall back down. Now on the 4-hour, even though you've got this great wick, this just looks like it's creating a rising wedge. You got a ton of resistance above you up at $5,600. So nothing's going to change here. I don't think we're going to change anything. All your resistance is still at 56 bucks. To break this is possible. It's totally possible. If I do look at the patterns on this thing, kind of, right? Kind of something like that. And I mean, kind of flaggish. I mean, if I do anything, I kind of looks like a flag right there. Kind of looks like a flag. Now, if you stretch this out more, if we were to go here to here, it looks like we would have broken through there. and then this would have played out like that right there, right? Now we're still in, so we're back inside of this major wave. So we're back inside of this big channel. Being back inside of this channel is not good because while you're inside the channel, you are using the lower end of the channel as your support level, right? So you're not, your support levels, even though you're looking at this $50 support level right here, your true bottom of your channel is going to be down here about $35. It needs to get up and stay out of this channel, and or it's just going to fall down deeper into the channel. Now, as time goes on, this is going to kind of play out sideways. It might not drop straight down. So you're eventually, you could just follow this down sideways. But you've got a lot of support at the $50 range. We have bounced off there before. Let's see how this plays out. I'm not changing any targets. I don't see anything different here. The $50, 56 bucks is still the top right there. It's going to be tough to get out of this. If it does, it doesn't have far to go. And oh, all right, and we'll do, what do you think? Where are we at Bitcoin at? Yep, just plopping around. We'll do Tron. And nice little bounce. Great reversal candle by Tron down here on the 4-hour candle. Very nice. Of all the things, Tron is probably one of the weaker ones. Tron and Ethereum are probably two of the weaker plays right now. They're both just getting beaten like redheaded stepchildren. I mean, this thing can still bleed out as a 9. It did come up. So you see my arrow right there. This did come up. It hit my resistance on the nose and then just kind of fell out like this. All right, now this is bad. So you were on a red 9. It just flipped itself to a green 1 on the 3-day, right? So that's bad. We don't want to do that because this is an imperfected 9. You could get a couple days of sideways movement, or this thing could just bleed out straight down. I'm going to pull this down to a 2-day candle. There's that wick I hate. That stupid wick I hate right there. Look at this thing. Insane bull candle. This is a very bullish candle, and it just couldn't come through. I hate that red. This red one, I hate this. I'm just going to keep saying it because I hate it. Nothing. You've started a new red countdown. You got your 1 to 4 reversal, and then you started a new red countdown. Kind of looks like a rising wedge. I'd keep an eye on that. And then we'll break down to the 12-hour for our last peak. Kind of like the candle we're looking at right now. There's another one. See these two, this candle and that candle that we're looking right now in BTC. And they're just, I would say neutral. I would say neutral candles. Neutral candles for BTC. For Tron, though, I would say possibly a little more on the bearish. For Tron, a little more on the bearish side. Let's take a look at our EOS calls. All right, let's take a look at EOS. So went through our resistance. So I had this going up to here, blew through it, got up to the higher resistance level. Dropped back down, turned around on a 6, kind of what we expect. We're always looking for the 6. Came down, make a beautiful reversal on there. You got a great looking reversal candle down in that 3. Let's pull it up to the 6-hour. Just a bunch of resistance above you. Same thing. Not really seeing no. I hate that damn candle. Let's go back to 2 days. Ooh, Jesus! Look at this baby. Look at that 2-day candle right there. That's just wicked. And 3 days since we started a brand new 3-day candle. Okay, so you did get your 9. You started on a 1. Now, the more I look at this, I'm just, there's your resistance at $5.08. $5.09 right above you. The more I look at this, there's the possibility this just kind of, moves a little up and then touches your resistance and falls out. All right. Yeah, there's little. The only thing right now that can save everybody is, where's ETC? Where's ETC? I'll pull up ETC. I'm just not changing any of my targets. I don't think I have to change any of my targets right now. Where are you at, ETC? All right, let's take a look at our targets for ETC. Okay, pretty good, still hanging in there. Just kind of the same. Not going to change my targets on ETC. Still think they're the same. I don't think anything's changed. I don't think I need to change my targets today. I don't think anything has changed substantially with the alts, which is crazy because there's been we had such a wild run with all of the other, such a wild run with everything else. Right? All right. BitConnect. What is the BitConnect? What is the BitConnect thing? What's BitConnect's ticker? Who knows BitConnect's ticker? Anybody? BitConnect's ticker. What is BitConnect? BCC. There you go. There's no way it's listed. That's Bitcoin Cash. Oh, no, that's it. Is it really still listed on freaking Binance? Is it really still listed on Binance? Wow, it's actually doing pretty good. Yeah. I mean, look at this. I have to say, this is actually holding up better than a lot of other coins. No, this is Bitcoin Cash. Right? Is this it? BCC. I got BCC. Bcash. It's Bcash. Where's it at? Dude, I wasn't around when people were playing Dune BitConnect. The hell? Where's it at? Where's it BitConnect? BCH. It's not BCH, no. Yeah, I see that's Bitcoin Cash. Where's BitConnect? I don't see it. Okay, I tried. Bitcoin, blockchain, no. BitCrystals. Yeah, all right. Well, we tried. I don't even see it. You probably got to go to the exchange it's on. Yeah, we tried. All right. Yeah, you got to go to the exchange it's on or something like that. That's what I figured. All right, everybody. This is, let's back up here. So don't need any of these. There you go. That's what you got. That's what we're working with. Thank you guys all so much. Yeah. So another great day, another good day of trading. Let's just stay safe out there. And you know, this is pretty easy trading right here. I would just sit back, relax. I think this is going to be sideways until it falls out. You know what the easiest trade setup you have right now is literally waiting for this 7 and the 30 right here to cross. This is my trade setup for you, right? Wait for this to happen. That's all you got to do. Wait for the 7 and the 30 to cross, and this will give you your trade setup, right? Whether it crosses bear or bull. Now, in the past, it is clearly traded bearish, right? It has been a bearish trade when it has crossed, right? And if you look back in history, the last time it's been in this particular area, looking at what you're looking at, it crossed bear right here. So this is kind of what I would be looking at. If you guys want an easy trade setup, just wait till this thing crosses bear or bull, and then you can go long or short. And, you know, it's just patience. You guys don't have to be in the market right now. You don't have to be trading. Listen, we just made one great trade up, one great trade down. We just made a bunch of money. It's on the 12-hour. Use the 12-hour, guys, okay? We just made a bunch of money. We made, you know, I personally made a little over $1,000 going up and coming down. And I'm just chilling. It was a good, you know, 24 to 36 hours. It was really good. Everybody made some good money. We're all happy right now. We're all squishy. And, you know, this thing can just kind of chuck up. And there's that damn candle. See that damn one candle right there? The candle I hate? Let's see. Oh, I hate that candle. All right, so that's it. All right, everybody, for the Vamp until 1 mil. Super excited, man. Our members made a ton of money this week. We did great. We're super excited. I hope you guys come and check us out. Join our Discord. We got a lot of free info out there. And for the Vamp, I am out.